Over to the Balkans, where hopes are high that the European Union will renew its commitment to continue the integration process at the Western Balkans summit. EU leaders will be joining the meeting today, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel, French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe and British Prime Minister Theresa May. Karoli Stilici has been speaking to people in Serbia to see what they think about joining the European Union.
Serbia's accession to the EU may stop population decline and increase wages, at least according to those people who were interviewed by Euronews before the Western Balkans summit. Kanjiža is a 25,000-strong municipality in Serbia, mainly inhabited by ethnic Hungarians. Their population has been falling for a long time. The young people we interviewed said they would definitely leave the country, regardless of the EU accession. A young man already living on the Hungarian side of the border, but due to his work, he crosses the border a lot.
It would be much better for customers, because transferring money from Serbia to Hungary costs a fortune. If Serbia were a member of the European Union, that would be much cheaper. And if Serbia were a member of the European Union, it would be much easier.
According to him, it is often necessary to wait 4 to 5 hours at the border. It will go faster after joining the EU. Another man also expects crossing getting easier, but he thinks salaries would increase with membership too.
I work there only because of the money. Wages out there are twice as high as the average wage here. I would definitely stay there and work there, but I would give up the flat there and would travel every day. It would be simpler, much simpler.
Shrekto Tal, who's the regional editor of the Balkan Investigative Reporting Network, says other countries beyond the EU are also interested in the Balkans.
The European Union is still the safest and the best option for the Balkans. But the big question is whether realistically the enlargement is still on the table or not. And when I'm talking about realistic terms, it means something that can be not only something that can be achieved within 10, 15 years, but also something that will bring concrete consequences like projects, investments, job opportunities immediately. And people don't see this. And because of this, people are turning more and more toward other influences like the Russian, Turkish, and Chinese. Chinese money is much more available here, comes without strings attached.
Well, let's speak to our correspondent in Brussels, Jack Parrock. Morning, Jack. As we heard there, other countries are interested in the Balkan nations. Just how serious is the EU's interest in the Balkans?
Well, it is very serious. In fact, one senior European Commission official speaking at the Poznan summit, this two-day summit that's going on, saying that geography is destiny, that these countries are destined to join the European Union. But there's been a big block on the accession. It's been a slow process. Countries like Montenegro are very frustrated with their accession process. Serbia, just at the end of June, they saw a new chapter, one of the 35 chapters that needs to be opened in order for a country to join the European Union. A new one for them, financial services, a big one for the European Union. So there is some movement, but countries like North Macedonia and Albania were hoping that EU leaders were going to put them forward as accession countries at a summit at the end of last month, but that didn't happen. So there's a lot of frustration. Interestingly, German Chancellor Angela Merkel regularly attends these Western Balkan summits, these meetings with Western Balkan leaders. She is very keen on it. And there are some across the European Union that really want this to go forward, but at the moment it's a slow process. Countries like Turkey, their accession process has basically been frozen, so there's a lot of wariness towards new countries joining the European Union.
By the end of today, do you think there'll be any movement on any of these decisions?
There won't be any specific movement, I don't think, Rosie, but what we can expect is some tough talks between some of the senior officials from those countries and the European Union. Specifically, as I mentioned, North Macedonia and Albania. There is a lot of frustration because those countries feel they've done absolutely everything that the EU required of them in order to get accession talks opened with the European Union so that they can start becoming candidate countries to join the EU. North Macedonia changed its name entirely, changed its constitution to remove the Greek bloc, the decades-long dispute they had with Greece, and still now they feel that the EU is blocking the opening of the accession talks. So there's a lot of frustration. I expect in the back corridors of that meeting in Poznan there will be some tough talks, some tough words, and those countries will be hoping that the EU steps up its commitment to allowing them to join the European Union.